The first time I saw a ghost. To be honest, it's a little misleading because there was no first time. I don't remember there being a first time. There was no first time I saw a ghost. They were just kind of always around. The memory that I associate with the first interaction I had with a different realm was maybe my first recurring nightmare or my first recurring dream, and that goes back to when I was like 3 or 4, as far back as I can remember. Maybe even before that, like even 2, because I have a crazy good memory. I can remember things from I was like 1.5. I have excellent memory. I used to have this recurring dream when I was very, very young, and we were living at our old house, and the dream was that I would come down the stairs and I would be facing this window that was at the bottom of the stairs. And in the window, you could see that outside it was storming, there was lightning, there was thunder, and it was crazy. And in the window was a window box. If you don't know what a window box is, it's like a wooden box outside your window. It's like people in the Caribbean do that a lot. It's a window box. In the window box would pop up like a porcupine or something, or like an armadillo, or I really don't know, but it was a thing, and it popped up in the window. And soon after that, there'd be a skeleton that would come in and be cackling at me in that same window box. And then I would turn toward the living room over there, and I would see a dark figure. I don't remember anything about the dark figure other than it was tall. But it was in my dream all the time, recurring dream. I had that dream maybe at least 15 times. I don't know if this has any relevance to that dream, but I lived in that house up until I was 11, and I had that recurring dream for a few years, starting when I was maybe 2. And while I was a kid, I remember that both me and my sister, and I think maybe my brother too, we would sleepwalk a lot. And I remember Phil, my brother, told me that one night he was awake. Oh my God, I can only imagine how terrified he must have been. One day he was awake and his room door was open, and his room door was right at the top of the stairs, and he just, like, it was really late, like midnight or something, and all he saw was like little silent me, and I must have been like 6 at the time or something, but just little tiny me in a big t-shirt, just silently walking past his room and just going down the stairs. And he said he called my name. This is what I remember him telling me. He called me, and I just didn't turn around. Jesus, somnambulism, that's a word. Oh my God. The tarot. That's a direct account of my sleepwalking, but I remember I witnessed my sister sleepwalking, and we would always go to the same place. We would always go downstairs into the living room, which was where I kept seeing this like dark figure in this recurring nightmare. I don't know if that dark figure was anything at all other than just like a dream manifestation of something I was worried about. You know, like with dreams are for sure the most common way that people experience their intuition. It's a type of clairvoyance for sure. But one thing I was never able to figure out was, like, when you're young like that, when you're like 2, 3, 4, how much does a dream hold, you know? And especially when it's a recurring dream, like, what does that even mean? How valuable a tool is that? I don't know. This is a question I'm posing to anyone who has insight, because I think that's super interesting. But in terms of the first time I saw a ghost, that's maybe the earliest memory I have of experiencing something like that. Like, whenever somebody asks me, when's the first time you saw a ghost? What was your first interaction like? it's not so much what the first interaction was like, or when the first time I saw it was. It's more like, what are the standout moments where I was like, holy shit, this is like for sure not a human being. That's what comes to mind. Like, it's so funny. Like, I spend so much time thinking about these things before I even record this video, but still things come up when I'm talking about it, and I'm trying to remember now, like, what is a super duper standout moment in terms of like seeing a ghost. And I think I have to think about it further. So it just means you'll forever get good ghost stories and good like ghost videos from me. Another thing from being a kid that I remember in terms of seeing spirits and ghosts and stuff is that these are all things that I now remember as an adult. Like, when I was a kid experiencing them, it didn't occur to me at the time that that's what it was. Does that make sense? Like, it was just like another part of the environment. Like, only now when people ask me about the whole when was the first time you saw something, does it seem to me like I remember the big things, not necessarily the first things, because the first things didn't seem like things worth remembering. They were just a part of my life experience. That's the beautiful thing about kids and the unseen world, though. As kids, we don't have filters. Everything comes in. I think it has to do with, like, on the spiritual level, I think it's because we haven't quite learned to we haven't been taught that kind of self-doubt yet, and we haven't been taught the lens of reality yet, you know? Like we're taught these things as part of, like, with goodwill, you know? It's like you learning good judgment and how to be smart in a material world, but at the same time it has that downside of you learning to doubt what you see, or deem what you see not true, which is just like another way of developing self-doubt, you know? Because if you are like me and you can still see them and you can still sense them and feel them and stuff, but you've learned to like doubt that they're there because you hear this message coming from society and all around you being like, that doesn't exist. It's like a big old mind fuck, you know? But yeah, with kids, it's, boy, if you have a kid now, I'm sure you've had some really creepy moments, and I can't wait to hear about them if you haven't yet. And if you already have, kid ghost stories are the best ones because they are truly pure. They are the purest. Fun fact, in my screenplay now, my screenplay is called High Strangeness. It's about a girl who lives with ghosts. And I'm in the story, there is this kid ghost right now. And like, while I'm writing it, I'm talking to my life coach, my divine mentor, Shishi, and she's saying there is like an actual little boy who is coming into your realm, and he's here to help you write this thing. Like, he was alive on Earth and he loved the things that you love, and he's like super excited about the paranormal and like the unseen world and metaphysics and ghosts and stuff, and like now he's a ghost and he's like, I want to be in this movie, and he's just here to like help you make stuff. And I just like, I mean, weird crossover, but cool, you know? So sweet. Breaks my heart a little bit, but like so sweet. I feel like he's here right now. Call him Billy. That's not his name. That's what I call him. Yeah. Full disclosure, part of this video was me about to launch into the various ghost experiences that I had in the summer of 2018, because that summer it was like popping off in terms of my intuition and metaphysics, and just like the line between the realms was like, the veil is so thin. And I have never lived continuously that close to that line as I had that summer. Summer 2018, the summer I left LA and came back to Jamaica, my whole world was just like ghost town, you know? But I actually think that's a better suited story for High Strangeness, the web series, like the actual web series that I had been posting on my main account, Didi_Beck on Instagram, before I made this Sparklefish account on Instagram. So like I might actually make it over there, but like when I do, I'll let you know, because that was insane. Oh. Next Sparklefish video will be about blue roses, because I don't know if you're even paying attention, but like in all things I do, in so many things I do, there is some reference to a blue rose, or Mary, or just that. And I've been seeing that vision for about 2.5 years. So in my next video, I will tell you how that vision came to be, and like all the insane ways it's turned up, and just like the insignia of blue roses. I love them so much. It's like a really, like it's a goosebumpy thing. Love it though. Love it. If you like these videos, or if you know somebody who would love these videos, share it with them. Let's grow our sparkle disco some more, because there is nothing I love more in this world than the unseen world, and metaphysics, and the realm beyond the veil, and just like intuition and psychic stuff, and just basically all the things that I can't see but I know they're true, and they give me so much life. Oh, it's kind of ironic, but I love it so much, and I love sharing it with you. So like and subscribe. Sometimes I hate myself for having to say it, but I have to say it. Like, just do it. Just do it. It makes a difference. I love you. Thank you for being here. I can't wait to see you next week.